Hello again from the Elhart Automotive campus. Jeff Elhart here talking about Mental Health Moment. Today's topic is education breeds confidence and confidence breeds action. We recognize both financial awareness and physical health as areas in need of greater education to create a sustainable future for our young people. That's fantastic, but there's still a gaping hole in our curriculum which has a potentially huge impact on society for generations to come. Mental illness, particularly depression, has been predicted to be one of the major health burdens of the coming decades. Considering that depression is one of the main causes of chronic illness in the developed world, it stands to reason that we need to equip our children now to help navigate them through their adult years. That is to give children and young people an understanding of their mental health. Let's face it, life is more confusing for young people growing up now than it was 50 years ago. Freedom of choice, riddled with high competition for jobs, more pressure than ever before to decide what do you want to do in life, early in life, and on top of that, a million different information sources and stimuli that could overload even the most mature brain, let alone one still trying to process the world around them. So, shouldn't we be equipping our children with the tools they need to deal with the spaghetti junction of different influences? While there is a growing emphasis for mental health support in schools like Be Nice in West Michigan, there needs to be an even greater investment in our children by providing general mental health education for all pupils. Of course, it is important for children with mental illness or at high risk of mental illness to have the right support, but this has to be part of a wider education and open discussion. Some stigma is still an issue even in today's society. We should be teaching all children to understand a range of emotions, including mental illness, from a young age. Being aware that feeling sad or low or anxious is nothing to feel ashamed of could help young people to open up and prevent them developing into something more serious in later years. This is particularly important at middle school age, since it's estimated that 50% of lifetime mental illness first presents itself by the age of 14. Even though this is the case, there are often long delays, sometimes decades, between the person first presenting symptoms and seeking help. This statement is not just talking about a few uncertain years of teenage mood swings. This is about a potential lifetime cycle of unfulfilled potential and loss of motivation, of having your life taken away from you before it has even really started. In some cases, we are literally talking about the difference between life and death. Why aren't we talking about mental illness before it begins? Up until now, the government is committed to more mental health support in schools, but this seems to translate as training teachers to identify pupils at risk of developing mental illness. While it's true that some children may be more at risk than others, if 1 in 4 people suffer from mental illness in their lifetime, and in my experience, mental illness is pretty indiscriminate, surely all pupils should be given an understanding. Like any illness or disease, by solely focusing our efforts on treatment, we are never going to tackle the underlying cause. By simply providing one-on-one support for children or young people suffering from mental illness, we may be helping them individually, but we are doing nothing to tackle the stigma or increase awareness for the next generation. In fact, by taking a child out of the classroom and further separating them from may signal they are somehow different from their fellow pupils, which may be inadvertently maintaining that stigma. This is where the Be Nice Action Plan provides fuel for the race to educate our youth and our adults on mental illness awareness and suicide prevention. For over 5 years now, area businesses have invested in this education action tool by providing public service announcement advertisements in the West Michigan area. Community members have given of their financial resources to support the Be Nice education model in local schools. Numerous classes have been instructed in area businesses, churches, retirement villages, veteran associations, Young Life, Boys and Girls Club, Forgotten Man Ministries, and the list goes on and on. Together, our community can provide our community, youth and adults, the tools to deal with mental illness and suicide ideation head-on. We are a resilient group of neighbors. Thank you for your support of creating one common language, Be Nice, for helping our community help improve lives before lives need to be saved. Mental illness is treatable. Suicide is preventable. You can make a difference. Be nice. Notice, invite, challenge, and empower.